Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today, it is our extreme pleasure and honor to have Kumari Mullin here with us. It's her first time here on Enlightened World Network. We'll share with you about her background after the meditation. But for right now, Kumari, welcome. I'm so pleased to have you here.
Oh my gosh, Ruth, I'm just thrilled to meet you, to be here, to share this with everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to get out of your way and let you get started.
All right. So I would like to share one of my favorite meditations because it's probably the one I use the most with my students and my clients to help them receive their own clarity about their life. And when people find out how intuitive I am, they often want me to make decisions, and I find that responsibility too much. And I want to share and empower you how to do what I'm doing and how to access that inner wisdom and that innate clarity that we all have access to, but we might need a little help getting there. So I'd like you, before we start the meditation, to think about a situation, a question, a decision that is up for you, and have that in your mind. And that's what we'll be working with, whatever's up for you. And we'll practice and play with that. And I also want you to think about the question that you're going to ask, because it's important how you ask when you're in this inner sanctum space. And the question should be along the lines of, what is in my best and highest good now? Versus, what should I do? Or is this right for me? Or is this the best thing? So that elevates everything to an alignment that I think we're all striving for, that alignment of win-win, or best and highest for all. So that's what I wanted to say getting in. And now let's begin by taking a few deep breaths. You can sit up straight, open your arms and legs so you're flowing. Just be comfortable in your body. And I want you to begin to connect from the base of your spine to the earth so that you're grounded and stable and present right here, embodied in your being. And from the base of the spine, just make an intention to connect to earth energies. You can send a cord or a tube down right to the center of the earth with the idea of stabilizing, grounding, and centering. And breathe. And that begins to open up your central channel that goes all the way through your spine, your chakra system, your energy system, all the way up to the crown, top of the head. And I want you to focus on opening that crown. That's the gateway to your spiritual self. And begin to allow that channel to open and expand, so that the clarity and wisdom that comes through is from your soulful self, your highest self. And just breathe up and down that central channel for a moment to get a sense of your inner alignment. Beautiful. And now come into the center of the head, right between the center. If you were to draw a line from the middle of the forehead to the back of the head, from the temples, right in the middle. That is your central command, if you will. Just begin to occupy with your attention that center. Make it your place. You can imagine a beautiful meadow on top of a mountain. Just make it beautiful and yours. This is taking back your center, your command post, if you will. Many of us move out of that space with other people's ideas and thoughts and beliefs that are not our truth. And so we're going to do a simple clearing here. I'm going to use the image of a beautiful long stem rose and place that also in your head space. Again, not moving at all, staying in that central alignment between the base of your spine and the center of your head. And allow the rose to begin to absorb any energies, any ideas, thoughts, beliefs, concepts, preconceptions that are not yours or that are not serving your highest good now. And let that rose just absorb the energies. Your higher wisdom knows how to do this once you decide. And when you feel like the rose is full, complete, not moving around anymore, however you know that you can move on, you want to take that rose and place it in the sun, in the light, with the purpose of transmuting back to pure energy and releasing from your space and place. And once again, reorient back to the center of the head and see if you have moved a bit. If you can actually come more into center, which you didn't even know you were off, without all the other energies. And take a few deep breaths. And from here, we're going to open up to higher mind. From the center of the head, we're going to move up into that expanded consciousness that we all have access to. You can call it higher mind, higher self, whatever you call it. It's up a little and back a little from the center of the head. And again, it's not an exact location, but a conscious space that you're expanding into, this higher aspect of self. Allow yourself to move into that very easily, very effortlessly. Just breathe yourself right into higher mind. It's expansive. It's brilliant. It's radiant. And you'll all have your own experience of it. When you feel that shift, just notice how you experience it. Everyone has their own way of intuiting. Trust your way. And now, from that higher mind opening, we're going to ask for you to come down into your spiritual heart, your energetic heart space, not your physical heart, but the feeling center, the heart chakra. Find a path, a stairway, a route will become available to you. It might be a door that you have to open. And just begin holding this higher mind aspect of yourself open. Begin to travel your awareness down into that sacred heart chamber, that brilliant spiritual heart. And as you arrive in the heart center, this beautiful access point to your wisdom, to your clarity, to your feeling center, to your inner knowing and inner guidance, just get a sense of this space. It is in the center of your being, but it's also something added, like your inner temple. As you acclimate and get a sense of this space and place, there's an inner radiance here. And you might find that it's coming from an altar, a candle, a light. This represents your inner divine essence, the divine spark that we all emanate from. Allow that inner flame to begin to expand. Increasing the radiance, increasing your sense of love and peace and welcoming home from yourself to yourself. This is a very holy, sacred space, and each one of us has access to it. It's within us all. If you'd like, you can invite in a beloved, a divine beloved, if you have one. Someone who you trust will help you gain the wisdom and the clarity and the certainty that you're looking for, the inspiration, the answers. And I ask you to sit on one side of this altar or flame and allow, if you will, the archangelic realm or divine beloved in any form, ascended masters, anyone you feel may help you, or just love, the essence and the purity of that love that we all are at our core. And when you feel settled, you can open up across from you and invite in the person, the place, the situation, the question. I like to make it as real as possible. It's a question about money. I ask that that amount that we're contemplating giving or receiving, that someone offers it to us. If it's a house or a place we want to live, or a job or a person, just invite them in to sit with you in this sacred temple of your own divine heart. And when you're ready, when you feel centered in this space, ask the question, is it in my highest and best good now to do X, Y, or Z, whatever it is you're questioning? And notice what you feel, just really observe. You may get a sense of things immediately. For others, it may take a little time. Often it's first thought, best thought, or first image, best image. But take your time here. Don't try to rush this process. Beautiful. And so you can do this repeatedly, having this person, this situation, this object, this choice, decision you're making. Once again, with great gratitude, ask them to leave your inner space. So it's just you and your divine beloved and your sacred heart. Your inner guidance temple, if you will. And breathe. And again, you could repeat this with numerous aspects of the same question or other choices, but for now, we'll leave you with just the one. So with great gratitude for yourself for taking this time to go inward, to try and suss out that inner alignment, to begin to live from these choices. Feel gratitude toward yourself for this process, for Ruth's Enlightened World Network, for all of us here holding space. And you can begin to use your breath and come out of your central heart space and back into normal awareness. And hold on to those subtle yet perhaps very clear messaging, perceptions, senses, feelings. You might want to jot down some notes for yourself so you don't forget what you got. You always want to acknowledge it. You may not understand it fully, but you always want to acknowledge, I felt a pressure, or I noticed a green color, or whatever it is. You don't have to understand it right now. Just accept and acknowledge that you received something, anything, that you began to notice the subtle energies within as you become more intentional to live from this alignment of the soulful self. So you can come back now with great gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this process with me. I've got some clarity of my own. I wasn't expecting to ask my own question, but there it is.
Perfect. I'm so glad you got to take that opportunity to do that while reading this. Kumari, that was beautiful. Thank you so very much. Can you talk a little bit about the higher mind?
Yes.
Where exactly did you say it was in relation to us?
So in our central alignment, in the usual up and down of the chakra system, we talk about the basic chakra system running up the spine, if you will, energetically. From there, it's the base of the spine and the center of the head. That's the basic central alignment that I wanted everybody to feel into. And then to feel the center of the head, once we did a clearing of everybody's ideas and concepts that are not truth, or even things we've picked up that we don't exactly align with, but they've influenced us. So it's just good to clear that space. And I often find that people think they're in center and then they come in center a little more when those energies, because everything has energy, right? When those energies are removed consciously, it's a simple but really effective process to get clear very quickly. So then from center of the head, we step into higher mind, which one mentor said, I've been taught it different ways. There's many different labels for it. In the Eastern tradition, I was taught this is the Chittakash, or the heart space over the head, the space of deep knowing in our spiritual body, but not in our physical body, where we get cluttered with all our emotional dramas and traumas, and we can't always feel clear when we come back in. So I wanted people to be in that expanded consciousness of the higher mind, which one mentor got very specific about it. It's 2 inches back and 1 inch up or something. And some people that helps, and other people get confused because they're all of a sudden logically, trying to come into logical mind. And it's really, to me, easier if it's just up and back a little, and then command it, ask yourself to be in that expanded space. And usually that's the main thing I can say people feel, is they feel all of a sudden, their focus was here, and then all of a sudden it's
That expansion.
That expansion, right? You might have a different verbiage or a different experience of that space, but everybody has to kind of sense it for themselves. But pretty much people start feeling like their awareness goes beyond their body, beyond their head, beyond thinking, and into some other beautiful space. And that's usually when you're there. So from there, then I wanted people to connect into that higher heart, higher mind connection, where we can trust more and more that inner guidance. Does that answer your question?
That's absolutely. And when I experience it, typically to me, it's a little bit in front of me and up.
Okay. That's why I don't like to hook into it's here or it's people will get there, how they get there. That I trust more than, but sometimes one teacher was so nebulous about it that having somebody describe it in inches or space, it helped other people. So it depends on how we're built, what gets us there. So I don't hook into any one direction. It's more an experience. But thank you for saying that, because some people might be having that and go, oh, I didn't do what Kumari said.
No, it's all good. It is all good. Kumari, you are a natural teacher, but B, you've got years and years of teaching behind you. Could you?
I hate to say how many now. I used to say, oh, I can't wait till I have 10 or 20 years behind me, you know, when I was new. Now I'm kind of like, 30 something, 35. It's all blur. But yeah, it's been a long, long time of, I always knew as a healer, I wasn't satisfied. I didn't want people to just come to me for a fix, for any kind of, you know, heal me, fix me. That felt so much less than what was possible. So I always knew I wanted to teach, because I knew if I could go from being an attorney to whatever I am now, spiritual teacher, healer, divine channel, I wanted to empower others. You know, if I could do it from that totally logical, rational headspace that I was in, it's possible for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. You are involved in the 10 million for world peace.
I was hoping you'd bring that up. Yes.
Can you share with us about that, please?
I would love to share about this. I have been in a holding pattern for a while for many reasons, but it was to be available for this Passion Peace project that beautiful soul sisters who introduced me to you, Marbeth Dunn and Terry Angel, co-founded this vision they had of 10 million people meditating daily, just 7 minutes a day for peace over a period of time. And that Marbeth and I both knew of experiments in the past where violence levels have been brought down by meditators. It's been documented. She did one of her own, focusing on the Middle East, Marbeth did. And over the period of time, they only 7 minutes a day, but they came together as a group. You know, there's a coherence in the energy field, in the unified field, that starts to vibrate and allows everybody, I just got chills, to slip into a more peaceful vibration, a more loving, more compassion, a more gentle space. This meditation does it for me too. When we can get clarity about our life choices, you know, you can move forward and just relax. But they're doing it on this amazing scale, which I was longing for. You know, the world is really, everything's up. There's a lot of amazing energy up, a lot of awakening energy up. There's also a lot of chaos up. And so I think many of us light workers have been looking for an opportunity to do something that's in alignment with who we are. And this is the perfect, I think, the perfect vehicle to use who we are as light bearers and light bringers and come together and form a cohesive, coherent vibration that will impact everyone. So the focus is on world leaders. That was the other thing that really got me. I often think that we hate on our leaders so much, and not that they don't do things that bring that on, they do. The world leaders are not always in integrity and leading in a way that is for the people. So it's not like I'm in denial, but I do know that no one can function their best when they're constantly hit with negativity. And so the focus of this meditation, starting September 1 through World Peace Day on the 21st, is 7 minutes focusing in the unified field of consciousness. So we expand out from higher mind to the unified field even, and then become focused on world peace, but specifically on supporting and lifting up the world leaders to lead from a place of integrity and harmony and well-being for all. So I thought that was actually what's needed, you know, that from the top down. I mean, yes, there's so many people who want peace, but we're not in positions of leadership. And so I think that was a brilliant piece of it that got me very involved. So I hope you all can join me, not just join us, but share, share, share. This is so easy. Someone did the math and said, if each person shared it with only 10 other people, and each of those 10 people shared it with just 10 people, it would only take 8 iterations of that to reach 10 million. So it's way more possible than we think. We don't have to have huge lists. We've made it very easy on the website, 10millionforworldpeace.org. You can join us by, grabbing the free peace audio that Terry Angel did, but also there's a share button where we've crafted emails and social media and, all ways that it's super easy to just copy and paste to your friends. So I'm hoping that you hear the urgency in the world today, and you hear the invite in me that, yes, we want you to join, but we also would love if you would invite anyone that's committed or interested in more peace. And I can't really think of anybody who isn't, but
Right. Excellent. Thank you for that. And if folks want to know more about you as a teacher and a speaker, podcaster, etc., how did they find out about you?
Thank you. I have 2 websites, actually. KumariHealing.com is my main one, but my teaching, I founded Divine Human Institute a while back. I was guided to teach a series of amazing new energetics, which were compiled together into a course called Divine Human. And that became, this merging, not up and out into our spirit, into la la land, but really embodying the 2 halves equally, the human aspect and the divine. That became kind of my mission. So divinehumaninstitute.com is where all my teachings are held, cataloged. But KumariHealing.com is easy enough to grab me at support at KumariHealing.com.
Thank you, friends. Please check out Kumari's work. She's amazing. I have had the opportunity to spend quite a bit of time in conversation, and I want to learn more myself. So please check her out. So Kumari, thank you for today. And friends, thank you for being here. Take good care. God bless. We'll see you soon.